Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me for another year of Commerce7 Live. My name is Zach Campus. I'm the sales manager at Commerce7, and this morning I'm really excited to take you through some amazing tools that we're launching today. Tools that are going to make it easy for wineries to create great consumer shopping experiences, and tools that really align with our overall mission at Commerce7. At Commerce7, we really believe that customer experience is the #1 reason why a consumer is going to choose your brand. And so our mission is to make it easy for wineries to create great consumer shopping experiences. We do this by providing wineries with a customer-centric platform that has the modern e-commerce, club, subscription, point of sale, reservation, and CRM tools that you need to provide the best shopping experience possible for your customers. There's been a huge shift in the past 12 months regarding consumer shopping experiences. Due to COVID, consumer shopping preferences and behaviors, where purchases happen, why consumers purchase, how they want to pay, and expectations have all changed. 2020 was a tough year that brought a lot of change. Many wineries had to quickly pivot in a lot of different ways: closures, focusing on e-commerce and curbside pickup, forcing reservations for visitors, virtual tastings, right? Wineries got pulled in a lot of new directions. At Commerce7, we worked hard to be there with you through all of these changes. We gave you financial relief when tasting rooms were closed. We offered free assistance and consultations to overwhelmed wineries, and we scrambled for 1 week to build and launch Commerce7 Now to allow wineries with no e-commerce to launch a web store in 2 hours with no upfront cost. We built tools to assist with curbside pickup. We built communal reservations and contactless payments to support you. At the same time, in 2020, we saw a lot of amazing things. Wineries continued to be resilient. Wineries who embraced and used our digital tools were really successful. Overall, DTC sales were up by 14%. Wineries on our platform actually grew their sales this year. The increase in their e-commerce sales outpaced the loss they saw with tasting room closures. Wineries who utilized our personalization blocks, they saw an almost 6 times higher conversion rate on their website compared to those who didn't. Wineries were able to offer unique and personalized experiences to their customers online and drove a lot of revenue from it. 76% of wineries ran user choice clubs, and 29% of wineries started to use our subscription tools. Wineries were able to grow their club acquisition, retention, and average order value by giving the members the flexibility that they wanted. Wineries who worked to capture emails in the tasting room, they saw huge growth in e-commerce sales. They were able to remarket to their visitors and get many repeat sales and convert many customers to club members long after they had first visited their tasting room. Having a built-in reservation platform proved the right strategic move for us. We saw a ton of wineries create communal reservations in order to still take visitors while being compliant with local capacity laws. A massive amount of tasting room visitors paid with a card on file or with a contactless payment option. 40% of tasting room transactions were paid with a card on file or a mobile wallet like Apple Pay or Google Pay. No contact was needed between the customer and any hardware in order to check out. In 2020, we also launched a lot of great features and integrations, over 200 of them, but here's a few of our biggest highlights. Personalized collections, a great way to offer your customers personalized product recommendations online based on their purchase history. A powerful query builder that allows you to really slice and dice your data to properly segment your customers and really understand your customer, club member, order, and reservation data. Customer selected delivery dates for our clients using wine shipping. Right in the checkout, customers can select the date they want their order to arrive at their house. Not the date they want it shipped, but the date that they want it to arrive. A deep integration with Emetry, as well as a bulk licensing agreement with Emetry. All Commerce7 customers have free access to Emetry's club attrition, customer segmentation, and other analytics tools. Wine subscriptions, which take the club member flexibility to the next level by allowing members to control their shipment frequency, their shipment dates, and a lot more. At the same time, in 2020, our partners were able to launch a ton of new apps in our App Store. There are over 45 apps and integrations available to our clients today. Here's a few new apps that launched this year that we're really excited about. TreeFrog Digital's Shipment Manager, which gives you a ton of utility if you self-fulfill with options for futures, future shipment dates, merging packages, and a lot more. TreeFrog Digital's Help Scout integration, which gives you the ability to manage customer inquiries through a ticketing system. Highway 29 Creative's VimBibe app, an awesome SMS marketing and referral app that allows you a ton of utility. I'm not the best person to talk about everything this app can do, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to showcase a quick commercial they built that outlines the referral functionality available through this third-party app. Thanks, Simon. We're really excited about that app. In 2020, as a company, we also had a lot of great growth. We started the year off powering DTC sales for about 180 wineries, and today we power DTC sales for over 460 wineries. Our team grew from 6 members to 14 members, and we've got a ton of hiring planned for this year as well. Average weekly API calls grew from 4 million to 20 million requests while maintaining an average response time under 100 milliseconds. For those non-technical people watching, what this means is that the platform's getting a lot more usage, but it's staying really performant and really fast. Some members of the team also experienced some other growth, like facial hair growth. We'll see if I can catch up to Tyson by next year. All right, enough about the past year. Let's talk about what's new. We've got a lot of great features launching today to discuss. I'm going to start off by talking about our new email marketing tools. Then I'm going to talk about our new customer loyalty program. Then I'm going to walk through a bit about what's changing with our APIs and our UI. For the first time ever, we're going to show you our roadmap. And finally, we've got something special at the end, a surprise feature. So let's get started by talking about email here. Email has the highest return of investment compared to any other marketing channel. It drives more e-commerce revenue than search. It drives more e-commerce revenue than social. If you want to drive your e-commerce sales, email is critical. Our partners have really stepped up to assist wineries with their email. Today, we have 3 different integrations to MailChimp in our App Store. We've got an integration to Advil Global, and we have an integration with iPost. While all these integrations and apps are great and have been driving a ton of revenue for our clients, we found that over 70% of wineries on Commerce7 aren't using a MailChimp integration or Advil Global or iPost. That means that 70% of our clients aren't utilizing any Commerce7 data to drive email automation or segmentation, and likely have a lot of areas for improvement with their email marketing. Furthermore, at Commerce7, we've got a ton of great e-commerce features, such as personalizations, which drive 6 times more conversions, and upfront pricing that aren't being translated to our integrated email tools. There's a lot of room for improvement when it comes to email marketing for both our platform and for our customers. We met with 2 of our MailChimp partners, and we met with Advil Global, and ultimately we decided we need to embed email marketing deep into our platform. So let's take a look at our new campaign tools. All right, so in the admin under marketing, we can click on campaigns and we can see our brand new campaign section. First thing we'll see all of our drafted or executed campaigns. For any executed campaign, we can see the sends, the opens, the clicks, and if there are any bounces, they'll show up here as well. In this section, we can also add a new campaign. When I go to add a campaign, I can pick from a number of pre-done default templates, including a blank template. We're starting today with just 5, but in the future, we're planning to add more. So let's say that I want to build a campaign around a new product I'm launching. I can click on the product launch template here. It'll open up and it will pre-populate a bunch of information for me. I can change the internal facing title if I'd like. I can select which tag I'd like to send this campaign to. And for those not familiar with our platform, a tag is a customer segment. I can edit who the campaign is being sent from, as well as the subject line and the preview text. So I'll go ahead and I'll add in a tag here. Below that, I can see the actual email that's being sent out. The campaign tool utilizes a block style editor. I can add more blocks as well as remove blocks or edit the default blocks. So for example, I've got this header block here. If I click it, I can control the position of the header. I can put it on the left or I can keep it in the center here. Down below, I've got this title block. I can edit the content in the title block. I can also change the alignment of the title block. I can have this be on the left, the right, the center. I can control the text size within the product block here, or the title block, and I can control if it's going to have an alternative background color. So for example, if I toggle this on, we're going to have gray as the background color instead of white here. If we go down, I've got the actual product block here. I can search through all my products to decide what product I want to have display in here. I can add a coupon that will automatically apply to anyone who clicks the call to action. I can control the alignment of the product here, so I can have it on the left. I can put it on the right, or I could just keep it in the center here. I can decide whether I want to show the title or not, whether I want to show the price, the add to cart button, or the content as well here. And once again, I can toggle the alternative background color if I'd like here. Down below, we've got a club sign up block here. I can control the call to action text. I can control where this is being linked to. I can control the content, the text size, as well as the alignment again here, right? So I can put this in the center, the left, or the right again. Once again, I have the control of the alternative background color. It's really easy to remove a block. If I want to X any one of these off, all I have to do is click on the icon here. It takes it out of the campaign. Really easy to add a block as well. I can just click the button here, and I can add a number of different blocks. I can have a title, content, product, club, coupon, image, or call to action block here. So let's add a club block here. I can search for my club, so find the Spectra Wine Club. I can control the alignment again here, so I can have left, right, or center, so I think it looks good on the right, so I'll add that in. Control if there's a title, sign up button, the actual content as well. Can control the content here, so maybe I'll put, did you know that members get 10% off? And I like the alternative background color on this one, so I'll add that in here. You can have as many blocks as you want on the campaign. Really easy to add more or have less. And once the campaign's all set up, I just go down here and I click review. You can see who this campaign is going out to, and we can get a preview of what it's going to look like before it actually goes out here. We're forcing you to send a test. So we just click the send test button. You can control who's going to receive a test on your end. So I can add someone here as well if I wanted. I can say that I want Christine to get this test as well. And I can send the test email. Now that I've sent a test, I can either schedule to have this sent out or I can just send it immediately. After the email is sent out, you can see all the opens, the clicks, and any revenue it's generated. You can come down here and see if anyone flagged it as spam, if you had any unsubscribes or any bounces as well here. We also get a nice view of the email we just sent out down below here. Everything you've seen here is available today. And at Commerce7, one of our core values is incremental improvement. So over time, you'll see our email tools continue to incrementally improve and push the bar. Let's take a quick recap of email. Campaigns are available today. They'll be turned on later this afternoon. Old campaigns you may have done will appear in the archive section. Campaigns offer upfront pricing. They handle all the conversion tracking, and they're an easy way to start sending out clean-looking emails today. We still encourage the use of MailChimp, Advil Global, and others, but if you're not using one of those tools today, you should strongly consider using our new native email marketing tools. So that's campaigns. Let's talk about our new loyalty program. Over the last few years, a number of wineries have talked to us about loyalty. When we first launched our app store last year, we were hoping a third party would launch a loyalty app, and after waiting a few months, we decided we were going to take this on ourselves. Last year, we had the privilege of having a number of conversations with Jordan Winery on their loyalty program to map out what a great winery loyalty program looked like. We built it out, and today we're bringing these tools to all of our customers. So let's take a look at loyalty and what we've built out with Jordan Winery. To turn loyalty on, go to our app store in our platform, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see our free loyalty app below. Just turn this app to active, and when you turn it to active, you can decide if everybody starts out with a default number of points here. So for example, I could say that I want everybody to start off with 100 loyalty points here. Now that we've got the loyalty feature on, we could set it up. We could go to settings here, and here we can set up our different loyalty tiers. So let's add an initial tier here. Let's give this tier a name. So for example, I could set this up as a gold tier. Then we can say, what kind of lifetime value does a customer have to achieve in order to automatically be added to this loyalty tier? So for example, we could say that any customer who spends $1,500 with us, they're going to automatically be placed in the gold tier. Then we can set up the earn rate. So for every dollar spent, how many points does a gold member receive? So we could say that for every dollar spent, a gold member receives 10 points. Then we can set up the redemption rate. So what's the dollar value for every point redeemed by a customer? So for example, I want 100 points to be redeemable for $1, so I'll set up a redemption rate of 1 cent per point. Then we can set up a redemption limit percentage. What this does is it limits the percentage of payment that can be made by loyalty points. So for example, I can say that I don't want my customers to be able to pay for their entire purchase with points. They can only pay up to half or 50% of their purchase with points here. Finally, I can determine if points are earned on taxes or if points are earned on shipping. Then I can save that tier here. Now that I've got my gold tier set up, we can set up as many tiers as we want, and with each tier, we can have a unique qualification to join, a unique earn rate, redemption rate, and redemption limit. Today, lifetime value is the only way we can have a customer qualify for a loyalty tier, but we're going to be adding more qualifications in the future, like club membership. Now that we've got this loyalty tier set up, customers who qualify will join the tier, and purchases they make will generate loyalty points. You can also manually give a customer points. So I can go in the CRM here, I can find Christine, and I can decide that we're going to give Christine some loyalty points here. So I can come in here, and I can manually add points. I can say that Christine is awesome, which is why we're going to give her some points, and we're going to give her 10,000 points here, and I can save this for her. On the front end, a customer can log in, and in their user profile, they can see all their loyalty points. So I can go to my account here, I can see the loyalty points section, and I can see how many points I have here. Now that I've got all these points, during checkout, I can cash them in and have them apply towards my purchases. Let's do a recap of loyalty and some of the features around it. You can set up a loyalty program, enable a base amount of points, outline what lifetime value a customer needs to have in order to join the loyalty program, outline how points are earned, how they can be spent, and what percentage of a payment loyalty points can be used for. You can manually add points to a customer's record. Customers can see how many points they have on the front end, and they can use points towards purchases. So that's loyalty points there. Let's switch gears a bit and talk about our technology. While we're going to do more of a deep dive with our partners after this in what we call our Partner Day, we want wineries to understand a bit about our technology. 1 year ago, we were receiving about 4 million API requests a week, and we were serving those back at around 100 to 110 milliseconds each. Today, we're receiving 20 million API requests a week, and we're serving them back on average at 85 milliseconds each. This is important to you. It means that our platform is doing a great job of scaling with you. Although it's getting a significant amount of use, it's staying fast and performant. At Commerce7, we use our own APIs, but over 75% of the API calls to our orders, the busiest area of our platform, these are calls made by a third-party partner. Whether it's WinePulse for their reporting dashboards, VinTools for their MailChimp integration, or one of our other 45 integrated apps on the platform, at Commerce7, we have so many integrations and we make it incredibly fast and easy for partners to integrate your data securely with other systems. This gives you the flexibility to deeply integrate Commerce7 with other best-of-class systems and customize the system to meet your needs. Let's talk about API technology. Long ago, there was something called SOAP Web Services. SOAP stands for Simple Objects Access Protocol. These SOAP web services allowed you to make calls back and forth, but it was slow. It's not very upgradable and it requires a lot of new versions. This is the technology used by some of our legacy competitors like WineDirect and VinSuite and makes integrating and customizing their solutions costly and difficult. A more modern API approach is to use REST services. Many of the world's most popular web and cloud companies like YouTube, Google, and Twitter, they use REST APIs for their applications. REST is much faster, and it's what we use at Commerce7. When you make a call to get 50 orders, it comes back in 85 milliseconds. You make a call to get 50 customer records, and it comes back in 85 milliseconds. You make a call to get 50 customer addresses, and it comes back in 85 milliseconds. REST is lightning fast. It's much faster than what our competitors are working with, and it's the reason why our backend is much faster. Why winery websites on Commerce7 load faster than winery websites on our competitor platforms, and with 53% of mobile visitors leaving a page that takes just 3 seconds to load, this increase in speed is a key factor in how our clients drive more e-commerce revenue. REST is awesome. But one of our company values at Commerce7 is to push the bar. And although the platform today is fast, knowing the importance of speed and how it relates to e-commerce sales, we wanted our platform to be even faster, which is why we took a look at GraphQL. GraphQL was invented by Facebook and is used at some of the leading edge companies in the world. It's brand new, and what GraphQL does is it allows you to make a single call to get back an order and a customer, and an address, and any other information you want all at once. It allows a partner to get just the data they want. So on an order where you have things like the gateway response and customer IP address and tons of other data, if you don't want all that information and you just want to know the order number, the total, and some product info, you can just ask for that information. GraphQL means that you can make fewer calls and just request the information you want. It's more streamlined, but you still have all the great integration flexibility available with REST APIs. Today, we're announcing the availability of our GraphQL API for customers, club members, orders, reservations, and products. We're using these ourselves in our own admin panel, and it's allowed us to significantly streamline our operations. Less calls and less data, and now an even faster platform. This is all available today. We're going to be spending more time during our Partner Day segment talking about our GraphQL APIs. Let's take a moment to hear from one of our partners on how they're using our APIs to build apps and integrations today.
Thank you, Zach. My name is Pablo Longoria. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Frog Digital, a web development company based in Austin, British Columbia, Canada. Frog Digital helps wineries and breweries adapt, grow, and evolve their DTC online business. We offer services like database migration, app development and integration, custom web development, maintenance, and support. Building apps and integration with Commerce7 it has been awesome. Commerce7 has a very good documentation and support channels that help us answer any kind of question that we as developers may have. Working with an open API allows us to build cool and interesting applications. We have built a lot of apps and integration for Commerce7. Some of the integrations that we have done is Chipit, Chipo, Bingo, HelpScat, Zapier, ATF's Healthcare, and we also have built our own applications for Commerce7, like the order thermal printer, order printer, custom reports, and shipment manager. I have been waiting for this feature for a while now. I understand the benefits of GraphQL and how it's going to make life as a developer easier. Now we can make less calls to Commerce7 and get exactly the information that we want back, so our apps are going to run even faster.
Thanks, Pablo. It's awesome to see how many apps and integrations you've built over the past few months. The second announcement we want to make when it comes to our tech is about our App Store. Last year, we launched our App Store and we allowed developers to plug in apps right into our UI. For example, Sticky Pages has built a guest counter app. On our POS, you can count guests, and then in our reporting area, there are reports around these guests. Since launching our App Store, apps have been built for Google Analytics, AMS exports, shipping integrations, Facebook tracking, order printing, texting, Zapier, MailChimp. Tons of different great apps have been built. All of these apps plug in nicely to our admin panel, and up until now, it was up to the developers to determine how to style these apps. And not only did the developer have to do the work to build the app, they also had to do the work to style the app. Today, we're announcing our UI library that allows developers to easily bring the styles from our admin panel into their app, which should speed up their overall development process, ultimately giving you, the winery, access to more apps at lower prices. Developers will have access to our search UI, filter UI, grid UI, button UI, and overall UI components. We'll be spending more time in our partner day talking about this component library, but what's key here to know is that it's now easier for developers to build custom tools for you. Before we get into one final feature announcement, let's switch gears a bit and talk about our roadmap. Up until today, we haven't published a roadmap. Our vision, mission, and values guide our roadmap and give us a sense of direction in terms of what to build next. We talk to a lot of wineries at Commerce7, and one thing that comes up often is wineries wonder if they should use a specialized platform like Commerce7, VinSuite, or WineDirect, or if they should use a generic platform like Shopify, Salesforce, or Square. They want to know if they should be looking at specialized or generic tools. The answer should be obvious. Specialized products are always better than general products. We know this to be true, that a specialist is better than a generalist when it comes to just about anything. For example, doctors or construction or cooking. However, the specialized products in the industry like WineDirect and VinSuite have really let us down. At one time, they were the leaders, but they've become very stagnant, and some have just completely stopped innovating altogether, or they just keep kicking the can down the road, claiming that this basic functionality is coming soon, or it's coming next quarter, or it's coming next year, and they claim this year after year after year. We look at some of the generic platforms out there like Salesforce Commerce Cloud, and you have to build everything on top of it. It's expensive, it takes a long time to implement, and there's often no subject matter expert involved to outline what should actually be built and how. But harder than that is once you've built it, then you have to continue to update it and innovate it. You get no economies of scale. I look at a product like Shopify, and while it has 1 million companies using it, a ton of apps, it's a great platform, it misses the wine world. There's no club, you can't interrupt the checkout flow to do compliance checks or wine taxes. A lot of basic wine industry specific features are missing. Wineries have tried to plug in different third-party apps to fill in some of the gaps, but those are often clunky and they just don't cut it, and then you're relying on a third party for core functionality like your shopping cart or your clubs, and you're losing out on a lot of the benefit you were getting from Shopify in the first place. It's our job at Commerce7 to continue to innovate and push specifically in the wine space to ensure that specialized tools not only meet the needs of wineries, but to push the bar and make the wine industry one of the industries to look at when it comes to DTC sales. So let's talk about our roadmap here. I'm going to start off by talking about our admin panel. A core value at Commerce7 is incremental improvement. And over the last year, you've seen a lot of incremental improvements in our admin panel. There are numerous sections running on our new UI, so let's talk about that. First, when we go to do a search, the cursor automatically lands in the search box, so you don't have to use a mouse to click into the first field. We've used our data to make decisions, and we've pulled out the filters to make it less clicks to filter on what you filter most. When you go to do an edit in an area, again, the cursor focuses on the first field, making it so you don't have to click in. Once you start making changes, the system is smart enough to know that you're making changes and not let you leave until you've completely saved it. Our error messaging for long forms has gotten better. We've added in-app documentation, making it easier for you to understand what needs to happen. Every new area under More Actions now shows the edit history, and you can see who made edits, what they were, and you can roll them back. At Commerce7, we record the last 20 edits and all deletes. Our internal team has had access to a trash can, and today we're giving you access to that as well, so you can see deleted items and undelete those items. On our roadmap, we want to bring this new UI everywhere in our admin panel. We're going to continue to upgrade the admin panel, and you'll see things like bulk editing and inline editing coming soon. Expect the admin panel to get even faster as well to use. Dark mode will also be coming as soon as we switch over everything to the new UI components. The second big thing to come in 2021 will be our new front end. Last year we announced our new front end at Commerce7 Live, and frankly, we let you down a bit there. Due to a lot of different things, we didn't launch it last year. The front end is hard for us because we can't incrementally improve it without breaking existing websites, so it has to be near perfect before we launch it. We're going to have a much stronger commitment to launching the new front end this year, and we apologize that it didn't launch last year. Reservations are becoming more and more important for wineries. In 2020, due to COVID, a lot of wineries that didn't previously have reservations now take reservations. At Commerce7, having reservations deeply embedded in the platform worked out really well for wineries. You can take a reservation and right from our table layout, jump into the POS and vice versa. Reservations in 2021 will get a lot of features to make it easier to take reservations, handle payment, and other overall improvements. Expect us to continue to push on payment options and opportunities in 2021. The field of payments is being greatly disrupted. We're the first platform to do EMV payments successfully, along with Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Alipay in the tasting room, and expect us to continue to push new options here. Today at Commerce7, our club tools are far and away our best feature. We're going to continue to double down on these club tools. There should be options for subscribe and save, and we're going to continue to build out features in the admin around seeing cross packages and other club features. Expect a number of changes around the club here. Delivery experience. Right, in 2020, we worked with wine shipping to improve the delivery experience. For the first time ever, customers can select a delivery date for their wine. This is important because customers have to sign for wine, and it's very customer-centric to allow a customer to select the delivery date so they can plan ahead. In 2021, we're going to continue to improve the delivery experience, not just for customers using wine shipping, but also for customers doing in-house fulfillment. For our partners and developers, expect us to do a number of things. We're going to continue to launch a V2 REST API sometime in 2021. Our new campaigns and corporate orders are running on our V2 API. Sometime in 2021, we will allow developers to access all of this. We're giving our developers access to the new GraphQL API today, but some developers will still want to use REST, and that will come in 2021 with our new V2 API. In 2021, with our new front end, we'll have a way to build apps on the front end and deeply embed your custom applications in the front end tools. Furthermore, there'll be a lot of design opportunities on our new front end. Expect us to announce great integrations with partners like Avalera, Vivino, and other partners in the wine space as well. When it comes to our 2021 roadmap, 2021 is going to be both a push the bar and incremental improvement year. I want to announce one more feature today. In 2020, we launched our data book. We took a look at all of our aggregate data for the year, and we pulled out any key insights we could find. There's a key stat in that data book that shows that wineries who collect more email addresses in the tasting room, they're much more successful selling online compared to wineries who don't collect email addresses. It's pretty glaring. The best 10 wineries on our platform when it comes to collecting email addresses on site, for every dollar they sell in the tasting room, they sell 78 cents online. The bottom 10 wineries who don't really collect email addresses, for every dollar they sell in the tasting room, they only sell 13 cents online. If a winery wants to succeed online, they need to collect email addresses so they can remarket to their visitors once they've gone home. Inside our POS, when doing a guest transaction, we currently interrupt the checkout flow to ask for an email address, but we do give wineries a no thanks button, and too often frontline staff are clicking no thanks. I personally reached out to 10 wineries doing the best job of collecting emails, and I asked how they collected these emails. They didn't give staff incentives, but they did make it part of the staff's job, and they explained the why to the staff. They explained why it was important to do this. At Commerce7, we were talking about these stats, and we were wondering if we can make it easier to collect guest emails in the tasting room. We've seen the Square point of sale, and if you've ever used Square, you know that it keeps your email on file. You go to your hairdresser, you pay with Square, you give them your email, and then if you go to your car mechanic, and if they're using Square, they automatically have your email address, no need to give it a second time. We reached out to our payment providers, and we spent time doing some research, and today we're announcing that if you're using our Point EMV devices, you have guest transactions, we now have those guest customer emails on file. We want to say that you should always start with the customer, but for those of you who are doing guest sales, when you process a sale on your Point device, it will now suggest the email address of the customer and make it very simple to confirm and use that email address. Let me give you a quick demo of how this works here. So I'm in the POS here. I'm ringing up a guest order, so I'm going to add a couple bottles to their order here. And we're going to say that this guest wants to pay with credit card. So I'm going to go ahead and charge the order, and I can say process with Point, and I can select my Point device. So the customer inserts their card, they pay with Point, and now we look back at the POS and we can see the system is recommending the email address for this anonymous guest's order. And we can capture this email address up front. Really easy. This email has never existed in our system, and now due to our partnership with our payment provider, we can give this email address to you. This is a great feature for capturing emails in the tasting room, which is so important so that you can remarket to your visitors after they've gone home. A customer comes to your tasting room, you're investing a ton of time and energy and money, ensuring they have a great experience. If you get their email, you can capitalize on that investment and you can remarket to them once they've gone home and turn them into a repeat buyer or a club member, and you can grow their lifetime value. I want to close by bringing up our mission again. Our mission as a company is to enable businesses around the world, regardless of size, to succeed by empowering them with the digital tools they need to create great customer shopping experiences. In other words, we're making it easy for wineries around the world to create great consumer shopping experiences. We're going to continue to push international. We're going to continue to fight for small wineries. All features and functionality are available to all of our customers, regardless of size. And we're going to continue to focus on the end user's experience, which we know will translate into the greatest tangible benefit for your business. We're a small team, we're growing fast, and we believe that working with our partners will help us grow your business. Today, we looked at campaigns, loyalty, GraphQL, UI, and email capture in the tasting room. We're excited about everything we're doing here. Commerce7 Live is officially ended, and I know that our developers are going to do a Zoom call with our partners afterwards. It's going to be pretty exciting. If you're a partner, hopefully you can jump over there and take a look at what they're doing. Otherwise, I want to thank everyone again for joining us, and I'll see you all next year for next year's Commerce7 Live.